Hello and welcome to VideoBrief, a series to which we invite industry experts and vertical and function heads to share their insights through an interaction that is far more in person than just a text interview. Hi, I'm Safa Sumar and I'm delighted to welcome to VideoBrief Kashyap Dalal, co-founder and chief business officer of Simplilearn. Kashyap, welcome to the episode and thank you for your time.
Hi, Safa. It's great to be here.
Thank you, Kashyap, for your time, and thanks also to Amrita Murthy of Ad Factors PR Bangalore for helping make this interaction possible. Right, Kashyap. So, allow me to first very quickly tell our viewers why we've taken the privilege of inviting you to Video Brief today. Simplilearn, which is a respected education provider through the flexi conveniences of online learning and through some of the best universities, is a well-known edutech brand. And your team and you, Kashyap, have just released what I personally thought was a lovely, vibrant and fun ad campaign that tells young professionals of the benefits of planning their education further. And your campaign, Kashyap, also communicates in a fun and engaging way the serious benefits of getting a higher additional education or qualification through Simplilearn. So we can quickly just play the ad for our viewers, and then I'm going to go to the part that we've been waiting for to ask you some questions and get your insights for everyone. Let's have the video, please.
अगले 30 सेकंड्स में आप बदल सकते हैं अपने लाइफ का ट्रैक एंड नेवर लुक बैक।
यार छोड़ो ये सारे हैक्स and simply learn to get ahead. जैसे कि दानिश, a civil engineer turned data scientist who decided to simply learn. और कैसे हुआ ये possible?
With a course from a premier university, मेरे करियर ने लिया एक नया डायरेक्शन.
True champion who upskilled to win big. How big?
A massive hike that transformed my life.
Danish changed gears pretty early in the race. But Prasan wanted to explore more to get ahead. इसीलिए उसने करा Simply Learn. From mechanical engineering to a data analyst and a podcaster in his free time. ऐसा career transformation कैसे bro?
Simply Learn के industry experts से सीखा live और खुद बन गया data expert.
इतना कुछ इतनी जल्दी difficult तो रहा होगा.
With a well-structured course, it felt like a piece of cake.
That is simply awesome. What's also awesome is that 9 साल के long career के बाद Nitin didn't choose a quick fix. He just added data science into the mix. Nitin, how did you change the game?
Worked on real industry problems to become the real deal.
A joint family, a regular job, responsibilities तो बहुत थी, but nothing could stop Nitin from getting ahead. What an all-rounder.
Day हो या night, with flexible learning, you can always make it right.
Passion या situation चाहे जो भी हो, Nitin, Danish और प्रसन की तरह you too will find your way to get ahead when you simply learn. क्योंकि आपके लिए shortcuts नहीं, simply learn है सही. Get ahead with Simply Learn.
Really, congratulations on an excellent video campaign, Kashyap. And now let me dive into my questions for you. So I've already shared what I thought of your excellent campaign, Kashyap. Tell me your brief assessment of what your marketing team has come up with. What are your thoughts on the campaign?
So, Safa, when we were in the process of ideating and planning for this campaign, the starting point of the entire idea was more this, that how do we make the learners the hero of our communication? In contrast to a lot of other approaches that a lot of edtech companies have taken, which is more building brand creatives, using brand ambassadors, using actors who are delivering the message. For us, the most important thing was more this, that how do we stand out as a very authentic, real brand who's talking about real outcomes that real people have got, right? And that was a brief to which we were building. And I think the marketing team and the agency have done a fabulous job in terms of bringing it alive, where the campaign talks about the journey of 3 learners, what they've achieved in life, what were the transitions that they went through, and along the way, how Simplilearn's program was able to help them make this entire journey very easy and achieve their goals. So that's really what has come together as this campaign. And we see this as a starting point of many different communication pieces that we will build around this theme, covering different user personas, different programs, different audiences, and very excited with this starting point.
Amazing. So So, the objective of this campaign, apparent to me, is customer awareness and customer acquisition. But tell me, what did you define your objective as to the creative teams, and what was your creative brief to the agency?
So the brief that we had was more this that one, we want our successful learners to be the face of the brand. We want them to be the hero of the communication. From a creative execution perspective, we had a very clear focus of making it real, genuine, authentic, and therefore try to build the entire creative style in a way where the the reality or the people need to look at this creative and be able to relate to the learners that if this person could do it, I can do it as well. And that was the core objective that we wanted in the outcome. So that's the brief that was given to our marketing team as well as the agency, that how do we build a creative that's really helping people associate and make it feel very relatable, that if they have achieved these outcomes and the way they've done that, we can do it as well. And that's really what we want to get out of this campaign.
Wonderful, yes. How much time did it take from first thought to the launch of this campaign, and who was your creative partner or advertising agency?
So, from the initial idea and then developing it into a brief and getting ready for the entire execution, I think it's been about 3-4 months. Large part of that entire time has gone also into partnering with our learners and finding the right stories which we can build the creative around. The partner for this entire campaign was Wonderlabs. Wonderlabs is the agency who's working with our marketing team to build this campaign that's launching today. And yeah, that's been the background.
Amazing. So, what attributes of your brand Simply Learn does your campaign show to your audiences, and who are your target groups mainly?
So in this campaign, the entire journey of the learners, there are learners who have transformed their career from being a civil engineer to becoming a data scientist. There's somebody who was a sales professional and he's moved into analytics and those kind of transitions. And the persona is essentially people who have been working in different walks of life, right? So somebody would be an engineer, somebody's done different education and gotten into a different set of jobs, whether it's sales, marketing, operations, and so on. And at least this campaign focuses on transitions towards analytics as a career opportunity. So all the three stories are along those lines. So that's the audience that we are addressing as well. Future campaigns will look at different areas in which we operate. So whether it is generative AI, whether it is cybersecurity, cloud, and so on. So different aspects, digital marketing, and so on. There'll be different campaigns and different personas that our campaign will talk through in subsequent creatives. The attributes that the campaign brings out and makes them come alive are all the attributes that when we were speaking to these learners, they called out that what helped them in their journey. So it ranges from the programs being in partnership with some of the top university brands like Caltech, IITs, and Wharton, and so on, with whom we partnered. So that's one of the attributes. A second attribute is more around industry projects and really being able to master skill sets by working on real industry projects that our programs have. Lot of learners spoke about the flexibility of the learning, that they could learn when they were free. This could be late at night, it could be early in the morning, it could be on weekends or weekdays. So flexible learning is an attribute that came through in these discussions. And similarly, I think apart from this, the other attribute is more the comprehensive nature of the well-structured programs, that a person goes through all the related skill sets for a particular career and goes through that in a well-structured program with 4 or 5 different modules covering different skill sets that are needed, right? So I would say those are the top 4 or 5 attributes that the learners talk about, and they talk about how these programs or Simply Learn programs were able to aid them in that entire journey and achieve their objectives. So that's what the campaign brings together.
That's lovely. So, this campaign clearly shows a great example of client agency partnership. Now, what works best for you in an agency client partnership, and what do you expect from a creative agency and the way it partners with you?
Safa, in Simplilearn's experience, I think the most critical part is to align on the brief. A well-written brief is always half the job done. That basically you need to have very clear objectives, very clear outcomes, which are agreed on with the creative partner, with the agency who's working with you. And I think on that, Simplilearn's marketing team was able to do a very good job where a very detailed brief was built out with all the different goals. What is the outcome? What is the goal that this achieves for the business, and at the same time certain creative guidances that what kind of creatives do we want, what do we don't want. So it creates a framework where it's easy to agree with our partner as well. I think Wonder Labs as a partner added a lot of value to this. There was a collaborative exercise to think through what balances the objectives and at the same time creates a high impact creative. And yeah, it's been a great journey, and hopefully starting off a longer journey where we'll be doing more work with them.
Yes, that's wonderful. So, what are the media channels in your digital and other marketing mix for this campaign? Do you only use digital, or do you use like traditional broadcast media as well, like radio and television? Though it might be too long an ad for radio.
Yeah, so for this particular campaign, we are prioritizing digital channels a lot more due to some specific reasons. One is obviously the ability to target our audience. I think digital gives a lot of control over who's viewing the ads, and it's very important for this kind of campaign, which is more learner centric, to address it to the right audience. For a lot of audiences, it may not resonate, but for the right audience, it would immediately resonate, and they would be able to relate to the challenges that they face. The second reason for it is also this, that we are also thinking of this campaign becoming highly interactive. So, for example, the kind of ideas that the team is working on is that after the advertisement, after the 60, 90-second, 30-second, whatever is the edit, at the end of it, we are also thinking of options to enroll for a live session with these learners. So, for example, if you are viewing this ad and you see these three learners who've taken a Simplilearn program and have had a great journey with Simplilearn, and you're interested to talk to them, to ask them questions, to learn more about their journey, at the end of the ad, you will see CTAs, click to actions, which will help you to enroll for a webinar or a masterclass that they are doing, where potential learners who are interested in doing our programs could even ask questions, learn of their journey directly from the learners. And it just takes the entire creative to a different level, where it's not a static one way communication anymore. It is a pathway to a dynamic interaction where you're hearing directly from these learners. You can ask them questions, you can get doubts clarified, and that really makes it a 360-degree campaign where you can make it come alive, make it more interactive rather than a one way creative delivered on radio or television for that matter.
Wonderful, yes. So, if we shift to overall marketing for the brand Simplilearn, how have you been developing marketing overall for this brand and its target groups?
Safa, there have been multiple different stages that Simplilearn as a brand has gone through. For example, as far back as 2017, we had a television campaign with Irfan Khan being our brand ambassador. And that really, the focus on that was to build awareness and knowledge about what does Simplilearn stand for, what can it do for you. After that, through the years, we have had a lot of creators which have had a mix of television, radio, digital, which have spoken about different lines of products. For example, our university partnerships, career benefits that our programs offer, the kind of streams in which we offer our programs, and so on. And all of that has created the foundation of awareness about Simplilearn. What does Simplilearn do? What kind of programs that Simplilearn offer? What kind of partnerships that Simplilearn have? And it's kind of set the foundation for this next leg of brand building for us, which is now customer advocacy led, where we are talking about real people, their journeys, what have they achieved, what is there in our programs which is making these things happen for them. It's really like a layer on top of layer, that you build the brand awareness, then you build knowledge about all the different products, then you start talking about customer advocacy and what kind of transformations we've delivered, so that you are creating a much larger impact in the market, where people are able to relate to you, they see the value that you offer, and they want to do and come on the platform and do more programs with Simplilearn.
Amazing. So, how do you reach the corporates who help their employees with L&D?
See, corporates is a large part of our business. Our entire approach has always been this, that if we deliver success for individual learners, that creates word of mouth for corporates. So, for example, if we train, we've totally had about 5 million people who've taken programs on Simplilearn, and all of these people are from large enterprises, right? So all the people who are taking these programs, they are working at some company, they are working in a large company or small company or startups and different kind of enterprises. And if they have a great experience, if they have the right kind of skill sets that they're able to create from our programs, that creates the right word of mouth for enterprises to think of us as the right partner. So the entire enterprise business for us initiated organically, that individuals recommended us to train their teams, and then after that we were able to delight the enterprise and then build a larger partnership. That the entire relationship started with, let's say, 2 3 teams getting skilled with Simplilearn, and then because there was great experience, it became a larger partnership to train thousands of people and drive digital transformation projects for companies, right?
Okay, that's really nice. So, what are the new trends in digital marketing that stand out for you?
So, as I mentioned, I think one of the key trends in digital marketing is how do you make it a lot more interactive. I think we are doing a lot of work on that front to have more live events, more interactive events, so that it's not a one-way communication. It's more, people really get the meaning of what you are trying to share with them. The other area which is very exciting right now in the digital marketing space is what you can do with generative AI. So there's a lot of work that we are doing to figure out more exciting and automated campaigns that can actually be powered by AI, where people can come in, ask questions, share their thoughts, and the campaign would kind of align itself to what the learner is looking for and answer and give more details about what the person wants. So looking at generative AI in terms of targeting, in terms of customizing the message, having a more interactive approach towards marketing channels. And then again, third thing I would say is more this, that just keeping and staying on top of what are the channels which are gaining traction and what's kind of going down. So it's such a dynamic world. The campaigns or the channels that used to work 3 years back, today there'll be different platforms that have a lot more traffic, and we need to keep realigning our strategy. So for example, maybe 7 8 years back, it was okay to do just Google search marketing and Facebook. Today you need to think of Instagram, you need to think of WhatsApp, you need to think of, so the share of time is changing very fast. The kind of platforms on which people spend time is very different. Every couple of years there's a transformation, and therefore when you move from platform to platform, you also need to change your style of marketing. The way banners work or the way videos work on Facebook, it's very different on Instagram. The way YouTube is catching up, and search volumes on YouTube are now higher than the main Google search, right? So the kind of transformation that it drives for people who are managing digital portfolios, you just have to be on your toes and keep changing with the times.
That's really insightful, Kashyap. Thank you. So, what advice do you have for marketing aspirants, especially the younger ones?
I would say, if you're thinking of marketing in today's age, there are a couple of aspects. In fact, I would say three main verticals that you need to be very clear about and probably think through deeper. One is more this, that there is no substitute for the 101 of marketing, which is knowing your product and knowing your customer. So any good marketer needs to be a champion at that. You need to know what's the real value that your product delivers, who is the user persona for whom it is most valuable, and that has to be the core of crafting any marketing campaign. So that's one huge vertical. Second is more, you need to be completely on top of the share of time that your user persona has, right? So basically, once you've defined the core user persona, where does your user persona spend time? What channels does he spend time on? Is it television? Is it print? Is it digital channels? Within digital channels, what are those channels? And combination of one and two is what translates then into the creative strategy, both in terms of the creative, the communication, as well as in terms of media buying and the media strategy of the part of it, right? So I think that's essentially the crux of it, that if you are really good at number one in terms of knowing your product, knowing your user, and the market in terms of channel preferences, share of time, where is the person spending most of his time, then you can bring it all together with a great creative, great message, and a great media plan as well. Right?
Amazing. That was extremely insightful. And I think all our viewers on Video Brief and I would love to thank you for your time and your extremely important insights, which was so informative and really helpful. Thank you again. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thanks, Safa. Great chatting up with you.
So that was the young marketing veteran Kashyap Dalal, co-founder and chief business officer of Simplilearn, speaking about the excellent new video campaign and also sharing his insights about the industry in general and marketing in particular. I found this conversation to be extremely insightful and I certainly hope you did too. Do let us know, please. Right then, that's it for this episode. Till we meet again in the next episode of Video Brief from Mediabrief.com, this is your host and friend, Safa Sumar, saying, take care, keep growing, and moving forward. And you know, of course, that education is the greatest enabler. So, simply learn. Bye bye.